conference about the Qantas cuts in Queensland.
And at no time did he take any responsibility of the position the company's in at the moment. And he should take that responsibility because he's been managing this business downhill for 5-6 years now.
Can you describe the feelings on workers? Is it worry, is it fear, is it anger? What is it?
I think it's a mixture. It's a mixture of anger, knowing that that these people that are managing this business isn't managing it properly. They can see that happening, and also concern about how much longer they got a job for. A lot of these people working here are part-time and casuals. They're only getting 25, 30 hours a week on, from $18 to $22. It's not a lot of money. And when the company turns around, Alan Joyce turns around and says there's going to be a wages freeze, we're ready to start negotiation for the new enterprise agreement, which expires the 30th of June this year. And he already put a claim on the table that there's going to be a wages freeze.
What services do you think will see cuts in Queensland? What services and routes do you anticipate?
Well, at the moment, a lot of those details aren't out. We have heard there's going to be a number of people on the ramp service, catering, the Qantas couriers. There's a couple of those areas, but I would say that at a meeting tomorrow with Alan Joyce, with the ACTU and the unions, that some more details will come out. But I don't know if they've really got a plan, given that I think it'll take more than just reducing staff to turn this business around. I think it needs a much better management plan, and I don't think Alan Joyce has got that plan. In Queensland, all over. Look, I couldn't tell you the exact amount. When you talk from cleaners right up to the administration, it'd be thousands, absolutely thousands.
Do you reckon we could see maybe up to 1,000 of those jobs that are being cut happen in Queensland? Is that what it?
We'll be a part of it. Already they said 1,500 of those 5,000 jobs are going to be in middle management, and I've heard today that there's some middle management here that have to reapply for those jobs. So that is a large number of management, 1,500 to go, and that'll be some from up here as well.
Less staff means that services will be cut, though. We're going to see a reduction in flights, routes and services. Tell us about that.
Well, it doesn't take much to work that out, does it? I travel on planes every week around this country in the nature of my job, and nearly all flights are full. And on many occasions, I sit in a plane for up to 20 minutes while they're waiting for a crew to come off another plane to man that plane. So there's not like there's people sitting around. Cutting all that staff must mean cutting services. And does that mean because there's flights not flying that people don't fly? They will still fly, just that they'll have to go over to the opposition and or to their competitor. So there's no real plan for this business to actually grow. It seems to be a plan to ruin this business.
What's the staff reaction to Mr. Joyce not stepping down today?
Well, I know what the reaction of all the workers are, and they hold him totally responsible for this. And as I said, 3 years ago, he took the dramatic move of grounding the airlines and to turn this business around, and it's got worse. That was a really bad decision. We knew it was, and it was proven that it is, because the business is in worse position now than what it was 3 years ago.
Can you shed some light on how you're going to fight this? What moves do you think you've got up your sleeve?
Well, we've got to get all our facts right first, and it's only early stages at the moment. We've got the meeting with the ACTU and Alan Joyce tomorrow. A lot more facts will come out of that, and again, we're not just jumping into this and making a mess of it. We are going to get all our information first and make sure that we know what we're talking about. And one of the first things tomorrow will be a commitment that we want from Alan Joyce, that if he's cutting staff, that he doesn't employ any extra staff, because we think his motive is to reduce 5,000 people to put another 5,000 people on lower wages. That is not fair. That's not fair to the employees on this site, and it's not fair to this airline.
Was there industrial action or strike?
Well, as I said, we're starting to enter into a bargaining period for negotiating a new agreement, and the company's already put their position on the table. That is nil pay increase. We'll develop our own position, and come the 1st of July, under the enterprise agreement process, where we would be allowed to take protected industrial action if we need to. It's always the last resort. We hope that we don't get there. In fact, we hope that we might be dealing with different management come the 1st of January. You would think that the shareholders by now would be starting to think, what is this person doing to their shares and to this business?
When you talk about firing 5,000 people and firing 5,000 cheaper ones, you talk about offshore labour and overseas staff?
Well, I'm sure part of those 5,000 will be in the flight attendants. It'll be the engineering, those areas, and that means those jobs will have to go overseas, and that's absolute disgrace. I would certainly hope that the government doesn't prop up this business with money while Alan Joyce is there to waste it away and give jobs away overseas. That would be an absolute disaster, and we wouldn't find that acceptable, and I don't think the general public will find that acceptable.
Do you see all of those 5,000 jobs going offshore, or do you see inferior contracts being offered in Australia to replace some of those staff?
Look, when he announced the 5,000, he said 5,000 equivalent full-time workers. That could end up meaning it could be 6,000, 7,000, because many of the workers here, as I said before, are part-time and casuals. So the numbers could be much larger, and my fear is he'll try and get rid of those numbers and replace them with cheap, whether they're people on 457s or just cheap workers. That's a concern to the current people. It's a concern to safety on this site for the flying public. And again, I think this manager, Alan Joyce, is on the wrong track of running this business into the ground. He is.
What are you going to say to passengers coming here today? They've heard the news. They're already, you've said they're stretched to the limit. What are your thoughts on the future?
Well, you would think some passengers would say, well, you know, here we go again with Qantas. Anything is possible. Maybe I'll take the safe way and use one of their competitors. That's a shame, because our people suffer, the workers suffer. Alan Joyce says that the wages freeze, that all the executive and himself will take a wages freeze. Well, I can assure you on $5 million a year, taking a wages freeze would not deter him from being able to put food on the table and pay the bills. But I can assure you those casuals and part-time workers not having a wages freeze will make a difference to whether they put food on the table and pay their bills.
To make sure that Queenslanders forgotten about this?
Absolutely, we'll be pushing really hard, representing Queensland, our many thousand members we have. We've got probably about 1,500 members that we represent in Queensland in this sort of work, and we're out there fighting tooth and nail for those to secure those jobs.
You knew the forecast was going to be bad today.
Yes.
Was the 5,000 more or less than you expected?
No. Look, that's been bandied around for a good week now, and so we thought we could see the way the business is going, and it wasn't a surprise to us.
Given Qantas has posted almost $300 million loss, what alternatives does it have apart from cutting costs and cutting staff?
Well, it would be great if the government had an inquiry into what is going on with this business, because where is that money going? Why is it so bad? You've got a competitor across the road. Yes, it's a tough industry, we know that, but their losses are out tomorrow. It'll be nothing like that from what I understand. You know, Qantas has been in this business a lot longer. You know, a lot longer than their competitors. They should be better at it, but they're not. And I would love to see an inquiry into what's going on. Where is the money going, and what are they doing with it? And does it? And as I said, an alternative motive here is Alan Joyce doing this to turn the business around, or has he got another plan? I don't know, and I don't think he's telling anybody. Scott Connolly is our Assistant Secretary, but he's very much involved in the airline industry, for representing the TWU.
Yep. Are you
Obviously, we just work outside.
Okay.
So in the
What doing?
Okay, that's the Queensland State Secretary of the Transport Workers Union there holding a media conference in Brisbane, which has just wrapped up. He's reacting, of course, to those 5,000 job losses that have been announced today by Qantas. He says that he will, along with other unions, meet Alan Joyce tomorrow to discuss the plan ahead. Now, Qantas has shown its hand. It's now up to the federal government to make the next move. From Canberra, Anna Henderson reports.
Qantas is the carrier of bad news for the federal government.
Any job lost in Australia